Welcome to Chair Yoga Plus. We're going to work today with the intention of growing stronger. So join me in this practice of Chair Yoga Plus. Sit tall. We begin with our breath. So resting the hands, roll the shoulders down your back. Sitting tall, we breathe deep into the diaphragm. In through the nose and out through the nose. Maybe even glancing downward or closing your eyes. Feel the breath in and out. Feel the ribs move here. Expand in all directions. And then come back to center on the exhale. The energy of the breath goes through all parts of the body. And we flutter the eyes open, lift the arms up, and then circle your wrists as you lower the arms down. Give them a little wiggle. Let's do that again. Inhale, maybe look up this time. Stretch through the front of your neck. Wiggle your fingers, circle your wrists. Just moving through those joints a little bit here. All the way down. And then we'll place our hands on our hips and look over one shoulder. Come back to center. Look over the other shoulder. And come back to center. Tuck the chin down. Center, look up, and center. How does that feel? Let's take the nose into a circle. Small or big. And then go in the other direction. And see how that feels. And then come center again. Let's pick up one foot and pull the toes towards the shin and then push them away. Point and flex, and then circle the big toe and circle it in the other direction. Lowering that foot down, lift the other foot, and again, point and flex. And while you're pointing and flexing and circling the big toe, let's sit a little taller. Draw the belly in. Keeping the engagement of the core, lower that foot back and down. Let's take the one leg, kick it out, and bring it in and down. This is where we start to build strength in our hip flexors. And let's do that on the other side. Out and in. It doesn't have to be a big lift, and it doesn't have to be perfectly straight. But working towards that strength to be able to do that. And then we'll take one foot and we'll step it out to the side and bring it back in. Step it out. Feel the work now on the inner thigh. Let's step that foot out to the side, turn the toes out. Place your hand here or your forearm, and then we're going to lean sideways towards that leg into side angle. Again, making the spine long, tuck the chin, maybe take the hand up or over your ear, and breathe here. And now think about drawing the energy from the pelvic floor upward into the belly, chest, crown of the head. Reach a little further. Holding the pose requires us to draw on our core strength here. And then we'll turn the palm up, lift ourselves to the strength of the core, and bring the arm down. Step that foot in. Let's go to the other side. We lift, take it out to the side, bring it back in. On the next one, let's leave that leg out to the side. Let's take side angle here. leaning into the leg. You can have your hand there or here. Hips stay in the chair. And we take the arm up wherever it's comfortable for us individually, right? Listen to your body here. Once you're in position, we're going to hold for a moment and then focus on the inside. Drawing the belly in a little, reaching a little further, maybe tucking the chin. You can gaze down at the knee sometimes, or straight ahead or upward towards the ceiling. And then turn that top palm up. On an inhale, lift up. Release on the exhale and step that foot back and in. Very nice. Let's step both feet out for a moment here, sitting in the bottom part like a goddess pose here in the chair. Notice I have my leg at the corner of the chair, well supported in the chair. And then we can draw up again through the pelvic floor, belly, and then roll the shoulders down your back a little. And breathe. And for a little more work, we can bring the arms up and squeeze the shoulder blades back and down. And maybe even take our gaze up to where the ceiling meets the wall. Hold here requires a little bit of strength, so we start to develop that strength. When you need to leave, you just decide when it's enough for you, and then you release it slowly. Hands first and shoulders, and then step the feet back into center. Take a nice big inhale, sigh it out. We're going to step one foot to the side and bring the outside knee down towards the earth and come onto the ball of the foot for a lunge in the chair here. And we're going to look straight over that side leg here and bring the arms up. And then once we're here, we can work from the inside out again, drawing the abs in and bringing the ribs closer to midline. And feel the lift of the ribs away from the hips. Good. And then we'll bring the arms down and now open, turning your upper body towards that front of the chair, coming into a warrior two position here. And the arms stretch in opposite directions, building that strength across the ribs, the upper ribs here. And then staying here and just squeeze the glutes and feel how the body rises and exhale and release it down. We're going to use that motion. If you're ready today, push up out of the chair, straighten that back leg, and then lower yourself back and down. And maybe you're not here today, maybe you're just here, squeezing the glutes, feeling the lift. Or maybe you are here today and we come up and we hold, and then we exhale and we lower down. Now make sure that that front knee stays over the ankle. Push into the heel of that foot. And then lower back and down. Let's do that one more time. Abs in, pelvic lift, arms in opposite directions. And we rise up steady. Hold for a breath or two, and then exhale and lower back down. Wow, good job. Feeling strong, right? So now we pivot to the front, and we bring the feet back to center, and we lift the knees, just kind of releasing in those hips here. And we'll come to the other side. So we step out, turn towards that direction, send the outside knee towards the earth, come onto the ball of that foot. And then here again, drawing the belly in, feeling that rise upward, maybe bring the arms up Feel the lift through the ribs. And then squeeze the glutes and release. And feel that lift upward as you squeeze the glutes. And then the release. Now I'm going to come out of the chair. If you're ready for that today, keep that front knee over the ankle. Rise up, push through the back leg. And then with control, lower yourself back into the chair. We'll do that again. Rise, lift through the whole core, ribs, arms lifting, and then lower with control, using the strength of your legs. One more. Hold here for 2 breaths. And then we lower down and release. Step one foot in and the other to the center. Sitting tall, hands on hips. Let's lift and kick and alternate now, side to side, evening out the energy in those legs. Well done, well done. Now I'm going to stand. If you want to stay in the chair, we're going to do down dog. You're going to put your feet a little bit forward in the chair. Hands on your thighs, shoulders back with a little bit of squeeze, and you lean into it, down dog in the chair. And then when we bring the knee in, you'll see in a moment, you're going to sit tall and bring one knee in, place it on the floor, lean forward again, come up, bring the knee in. That's what it looks like in the chair. Join me if you like, standing. I'm going to place the chair to the side and come to mountain pose. Roll the shoulders down your back. Pause here. Draw that prana energy into the fingers and toes, into the core of the body, the legs and the arms. And use that life energy to build strength. Coming into down dog, we face our chair, we step back, and then lower your chest towards the earth. And you could go to any level you want. And remember, if you want to put your hands in the seat of the chair, that's also a good place to begin. Keep the knees soft here and walk the feet back and maybe a little bit apart. And lower a little lower, pushing the booty back and up. Down dog. And then we'll come up a little bit and we'll step one foot in and rise up and step it back. And then we'll do that on the other side. Step one foot forward, rise up and step it back. And now we're going to lift one leg and bring the knee up without raising upward, just kind of curling towards that knee, and then take it back, touch it down, look forward. In, look at your knee, back. Building our core strength. One more. And then bring that foot to the earth and walk your dog here. Lift your heels, bend your knees. Balance out the energy from side to side. And we'll come on to the other side now, so we'll take that toe back. Bring the knee in, nose to knee. And then take the leg back, touch it down, and look forward. One more. And then foot to the earth. And once again, let's shake out the hips. And walk the feet in a little bit. And rise up into mountain pose. Feel the strength. Coming back into that position again, we're going to step one foot forward, keeping it there. The other foot goes back, just like we did in the chair. We're in a lunge pose. So you could stay with the back heel lifted. getting some strength into the foot, especially your arch here, your ankle, working that. You could bring one hand up or both hands up. Another option would be to hover the hands here. And if you're staying in the chair, you're going to turn sideways like we did at the beginning of the video. If you're standing, roll those shoulders down your back. And then we'll take a twist here. So keep whatever knee's in front, keep the opposite hand on the chair and take the other arm and swing it back, turning in the ribs as you do. Maybe even looking out over that shoulder. Push into the ball of the back foot. Weight into the front foot, knee over the ankle. And then we'll release it back to center and step the other foot in, mountain, and breathe. We'll do it on the other side. So we step the other foot back, again on the ball of the foot. We're going to turn towards whatever knee's in front. Open up, twisting in the ribs, keeping the hips pretty much facing the chair, twisting in the ribs here. And then exhale and come on back, step it in and come to our mountain pose. And just lift the heels and lower. We're going to bounce here a little bit, so you might want to have a hand on the chair for stability. And so next time you lift, you're going to bounce, bounce, bounce. And lift and bounce, bounce. I'll turn sideways so you can see what that looks like. Lift and then bounce, bounce, bounce as you go down. Lift, bounce, bounce, bounce. One more. A little vibration through the bones will help strengthen your bone. And then come to mountain once again and breathe. So now we're going to face the side of the chair and step the feet nice and wide. Whatever foot's near the chair, we're going to turn those toes towards the chair. Bend into that knee. And now we're in our warrior two position once again. The back foot can come forward a little bit. So instead of having arch to heel alignment like you might hear in some classes, we might want to have heel to heel or even have that heel a little bit forward. That just adds to our balance. And then we'll work from the inside out here as we draw up through the pelvic muscles, engage the lower abs. The upper abs come in and the ribs start to wrap forward a little. We tighten around the ribs in the upper body. Shoulders squeeze and down our backs. And then once you have all that engagement, hold it as you breathe, staying in warrior two. Holding the pose builds the strength in the body. And then we'll slowly release. So we release the hand to the chair and then release all the core muscles here and turn the foot to the front and step back into your mountain. Feel that strength. You are getting stronger. So let's again bounce. Just a little bit of release here. And if you don't like the bouncing, you can come into down dog and walk your dog. There's options, right? So now we're going to do the other side. So I'm going to take my chair to the other side so I could still face the camera, but we step the feet wide. You don't have to move your chair. You could just turn in the other direction. Turn the foot closest to the chair, bend into that knee, knee over ankle. Arms can come up. Again, that back foot can come forward a little bit and turn at a 45-degree angle. And then we'll look out and reach our arms in opposite directions. And again, work from the inside out. Pelvic floor lifts. Engage those muscles. lower abs, upper abs, ribs, shoulders down our backs. And we reach and hold. Front knee stays over the ankle. One more breath here. And on the exhale, bring the hand to the chair. Release the core muscles. And pivot to the front and step into our mountain pose. And we'll take a crescent stretch here. So let's put the palms to palm overhead. Reach in one direction, push the hips in the opposite direction. Slight bend in your knees here. This is for the side body to open up, reaching up at an angle towards the ceiling. And on an exhale, come on back to center. Again, inhale up, exhale over to the other side. Push the hip out a little. And then reach the arms up, getting that delicious stretch in the side body, from the hip to the ribs to the shoulder. And then come up and we'll release the arms down at our side for our mountain pose. And then once again, bounce or down dog, or just lift one heel and lift the other. Just kind of get a little movement in the body here. Remember when we did goddess in the chair? Well, we're going to step the feet apart and turn the toes out. And we're going to take the upper body straight down so the knees bend a little. Now, if they start to come over the toes, you need to step wider because we want to keep the knees behind the toes. Find your goddess. It could just be here. Here, squeezing the shoulders together. Find your balance in goddess pose and feel the work in the inner thigh. Still using the core engagement to hold the body steady. And then we'll release and slowly push the legs a little straight. Heel toe those feet in. Mountain pose once again. Coming back into the chair. We're going to sit about the middle of the chair and heel toe those feet apart. And again, feel the stretch in the inner thigh here. I have my thighs right on the corners of the chairs for that support. Hips heavy in the chair, abs engaged. And we drop one shoulder forward and we lift it back and up. Other shoulder, back and up. Side to side here. One more on each side. And then come all the way up and heel, toe. Take the time to heel toe so that you get a little ankle work going. Sitting tall, mountain in the chair. And now we're going to extend one leg and support ourselves on the other leg. Pull the toes towards the shin for a nice deep stretch. Feel that in the back of the leg here. You might want to reach the hand out, or if it's possible for you to touch the shin or the toe, you can do that also. Just be careful. It doesn't matter where you go on this forward fold in this position. What matters is what you feel in the back of your leg, especially the upper part of your leg. And we'll come up and we'll switch, other leg out there. Support yourself on the opposite leg, and again, shin, toes, wherever you can go. Keeping the back relatively straight, not rounding down, not tucking the chin here. Maybe even looking forward a little. And then come on back up and step that foot back in. Sit back a little bit and rock side to side. Now we're going to build a little strength in our necks here. So we're going to interlace our hands and our thumbs are going to be down, and we're going to place those right at the base of our neck. And then we'll rest the head in those hands. So you feel like you're pushing with the head back and pushing with the hands forward. And somehow they equal each other out, holding here. And the elbows are going out to the side. And we sit tall. Just feel the strength of your neck here. And then we'll release a little bit and we'll toggle side to side. Once again, getting into the side body. And to continue with our strength, we'll hold here, we'll lift one knee, turn an elbow towards it, and then lower it down. Other side. Now you can lift as high as you want. You can turn as much as you want. You can touch elbow to knee if it's possible. Not necessary. You're still getting a good twist and a strengthening of the core, no matter where your elbow comes. Just feel it. And then come up tall and release. Roll the shoulders forward. And roll them back and down. And just pause. Feel the strength in your body here today. And then resting the hands, sit back a little bit in the chair, but still have a little bit of engagement, holding yourself tall. We'll do a couple cat-cows to work through our spine. So our cow is when we look up where the ceiling meets the wall, and then vertebra by vertebra, we round the back, tuck the chin. And then sit tall, feet on the floor, elbows into your side. How do you feel? Feel the strength. That's a tough class today, building strength in our body. This is the fourth class in a series of 4, so we worked up to this. Don't feel that you jump right in and do everything all at once. Listen to your body and keep your practice going. And thank you for joining me for this practice today. Let's place our hands in front of our heart and bow to our bodies for their fabulous work today. Namaste.